everyone, and welcome back to another video. So as we know, Valentine's Day is coming up, so I'm going to show you some really easy patterns to do for Valentine's Day cards and tags. So let's jump right in. Okay, so today we're going to be making some very easy Valentine's Day patterns that you can use for cards or gift tags, whatever you like. And I'm going to show you because we can do them in like 5 minutes, maybe not 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, but they're very easy and simple to do. So if you need a last minute idea, this is your video. So I'm just going to wet up the colors that I want to use today. I shot this video originally with my mom, so if you haven't seen that video, you should go check it out because it's really cute. She's a total newbie at this, and she had a lot of fun doing it, but I thought I'd also do a second one just, you know, getting straight to it. But that one is great for conversation, and also if you have any questions that like a new artist would have to watercolor, it's really great to watch what she asks and how I answer and blah, 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 blah. But now we're gonna get painting, okay? So today I have my Arches watercolor paper that I'm gonna be using, and I like using higher quality paper and then taping it on to cardstock for cards. I have my Winsor Cotman watercolors, and I have my Princeton snap brush in a size 6. I also have a size 12 with me. So the first thing we're gonna do are heart patterns, and I love doing this just for fun anyway. And what you're going to do is you're just going to work on your color bleeds. So paint a heart however you like, okay? And then you're going to pick another color for a second heart, and you're going to have the colors touching ever so slightly to create a color bleed. Now, did you see that little burst of that pink into the purple? I love that. So that's the kind of effect that you want. You want a cool color bleed. It just gives something, you know, it gives the painting something interesting and gives it cool effects to look at, you know? So it's kind of more of an abstract Valentine's Day watercolor painting, if that makes sense, okay? And what you can also do is like wash off your brush a little bit so you have a bit more water, and just do a lighter value of that color you just used. So you have a nice bright pink, and then you can have a very nice soft pink just by using more water. Okay, and you can do this in lines, you can do it in a certain formation. I like to kind of just have them going all over without any specific, you know, way to it, but that's just my preference. But just have those little bits touching so you get those really cool color bleeds. And you can do big hearts, small hearts, whatever works for you. Okay, I have a lot of water on there, so I'm just gonna dry off my brush a bit. And try to just get a small part of your heart touching another heart. Okay, you don't want them to kind of run into each other. You just want a little bit of it. Okay. And not only does this look nice, it's really pretty to do and very relaxing. I love doing little color bleeds like this. Oops. I'm using too much water, so it was dripping places, but you just cover it up with a heart and you're good. So just do this until your whole page is covered. You can do half hearts and like little like ends of hearts just to cover it up so it looks like the pattern keeps going. And if like your hearts are dry, don't worry if they don't blend. That's totally fine too. You don't always need a color bleed. It's just a fun little thing to do. But if some of them aren't still wet and you can't get a color bleed out of it, don't even worry. Okay, and there you go. There's your pattern. You can always just leave it like that and paste it on a card. You could cut it out and make little tags, or you can cut out a big giant heart in the middle and have it like around, I don't know, whatever you want. Totally is up to you, and that's our first pattern. Okay, so another pattern that we can do is the same kind of pattern, but instead of color bleeds, we are going to do layered hearts, which I really enjoy. So the trick with this, that one was kind of doing a wet on wet technique where you have a wet heart and then you're doing a wet heart next to it, touching, so you get those color bleeds, okay? This one, what you're gonna do is you're gonna create some hearts that are not touching around, and then once those first layer of those hearts have dried, you're gonna do hearts that slightly overlap each other so you get a nice layered effect. Okay, so now my first layer of hearts is done. I'm gonna wait for them to completely dry and then we will start layering other hearts on top. Okay, so now that it's dry, I'm gonna start layering, and I think the trick with this is just try to make sure it's not too opaque. You want them to be transparent so you can see those first layers. And make them like different kind of heart shapes. You can do bigger ones, smaller ones, you know, whatever you want. But then you'll get those nice layers, just like that. And I'm not doing this with any specific order of color. I'm just kind of trying to layer two different colors on top of each other. But getting a lighter value of those layers that we're putting on top will really make the other ones pop underneath too. So just try not to make it too dark, if that makes sense. one was still a little wet. Whoops. It's all good. Oops. And there you go. There are your layered hearts. So they are a bit different from our ones that have the color bleeds, and they both give off really cool effects. So you can do those, and they're super easy to try. Okay, for our next card, we are literally going to be painting stripes, okay? So this is super easy. Anybody can do it. And again, we're going to go for that color bleed look. So I have an angled brush here, just so I can get some straighter lines, but you can do it with your round brush, whatever brush you want. I actually did this one in my Mother's Day card, or no, my Valentine's card that I did with my mom. So if you watch that video. So you're just going to go across with your color. Okay, and it doesn't have to be straight lines. Wash it off, pick a new color. You can leave a little bit of white space in there, or you can have them bleed together, which is an effect I really like. Okay, then you can always drop in some more color. I actually think I like using my round brush for this. And then sometimes I'll just have a wet brush and I'll just touch that one ever so slightly so you get a really light stripe that pulls down that original color there. Okay, so just have fun with it and just do different patterns, different colors. Pick colors that will go well together. Drop in some more darker color. Whatever you think looks best, okay? I'm doing blues and purples just because I really like the way they look. I'm gonna wash off my brush and do a lighter, yep, just like that. And I really love the effects you get with this. And this is probably the most simple kind of card you can do. And then once you're done, you're just gonna cut out the middle. You're gonna trace a heart on the back of your paper so you don't have any pencil lines on the front of your paper. And you will trace a heart and then you can just cut it out. And then you'll have a cutout heart, and I'll show you what the end result will look like. Okay, that literally took me what, like under 2 minutes to paint? And then you're just gonna let it dry, and then I'll show you what the end result will look like. Okay, so here's the one I did in my other video. And like I said, I just flipped over the paper and I drew out a heart. I cut out the heart in the middle, and then I just put the backing on it. And this is just on one of my watercolor cards, but you can just glue it on cardstock, but it looks awesome. I love the effects. And just that nice clean white heart in the middle looks great. You can write your partner's name or your kid's name or whoever. You can write love, anything you like, and it's as simple as that. Okay, so for our last card, we are going to do some flowers. Very simple roses. I have my size 12 brush here, and I'm just going to paint roses all over, and then you can cut out the same type of thing and do the same thing again, okay? With my roses, I really like when I can get a color bleed with my leaves. So while they're still wet, I'm just gonna touch the rose so slightly and do some leaves coming off of them. Like that. Change up the greens, change up the values. You could do darker leaves, lighter leaves, whatever you like. Okay. And then as you get closer to like the edge of the page, you can just do a half flower just by doing some C curves around. Honestly, I find if you just do some curves, it will look like a flower at some point, and don't even worry about making it look realistic. This is just do some curves. When in doubt, curve it up. Okay, I'm just doing curves here, pretending there's a flower over there, and then I'm gonna fill in that white space with some greenery. Again, touching those roses just to make some slight color bleeds. It's an effect I really like, but if you don't like it as much, don't do it. You can wait until it's dry and then add your greenery, which is totally an option. And then if you still have some white space over that you want to get rid of, you could always take your smaller brush and do some smaller greenery. So just smaller stems and then like smaller leaves to fill in those spaces. Or you could do some like little buds of something else. Totally up to you how you want to fill in that white space. Okay. And I think having that contrast of big and small leaves looks really nice. Just adds a little something extra. Okay, and then you can wait for that to dry, and then you can cut it out as well. A heart shape if you like, or you could just leave it like that. It's totally up to you. So there are 4 different really easy Valentine's Day patterns that you can make. You can also use the middle of those hearts that you cut out and glue those on a card as well. So I mean, there's so many options that you can do. Here I'm also going to just add some gold embellishments to the edge of the card, and it's as simple as that. Thank you all so much for watching my video. I really hope you liked it, and I hope you learned something. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow me on Instagram and Facebook for even more. Have a great day, guys. Bye.